嗨，大家好，欢迎收看瞧瞧艺术。我们今天来拜访一位版画艺术家 Lawrence Keaty。现在我们在他的台北的工作室。Lawrence, thank you so much for having us today.
Thanks for interviewing me. Hi, I'm Lawrence. I make woodcuts and wood engravings. Currently based in Taipei, soon to be based in Santa Fe, New Mexico. And welcome to my studio. When I started, we were living in Korea, teaching English, and no access to a printing press. Even here in Taiwan, it's kind of hard to get access to a printing press unless you're at a university.
Were you making woodcuts in Korea?
That's where I started.
Where you started?
Yeah, I started. I actually have. I can show you my first ever woodcut. This one.
It's a nice image.
On the coast. Like Escher's a big inspiration.
Do you have a favorite image in here?
My favorite image. There's a lot of ones that I like. I mean, honestly, when I first started making prints, I wanted to get into lithographs and mezzotints.
Yeah.
And I didn't because you need a printing press to do those. I mean, he obviously is famous for his woodcuts as well, but I mean, I love work like this.
Yeah.
It's very accessible. You know, I think a lot of art, your average person looks at it and they're like, especially contemporary art, they look at it and they think, I don't get it, you know.
Yeah.
Whereas this I think there's a pretty wide audience for work of this sort. You know, people look at his work and they're impressed.
Yeah.
Which is
I love those.
Right. Yeah. So these are woodcuts. One of my first woodcuts was kind of based off of this piece. I did one with like Busan in the background. And that just, you know, when you're learning something, it's good to simplify all the variables. So it's kind of learning how to print, how to make the cuts. You know, a lot of people like woodcuts because of the super high contrast.
Yeah.
Which is something I like and don't like. You know, with the with the colored pieces I do, you can tell that it's not doesn't have that as much of the high contrast feel. Pieces like this obviously do, which you know, I like it. But
So you like both?
I like both. Yeah. I mean, some people get into woodcuts and wood engravings and lino cuts because, you know, they just love that super strong contrast. after I'm done printing, I let the ink dry. After that, I'll flatten the paper. So the way I do that is I get an old shirt and I wet it. So I completely drench it in water.
Okay.
And then I wring it out. And then I just I'll put the paper in here. And then I get an iron and I iron it. And then I'll sandwich it in between these, like this, I guess, cardstock. And I just weight it down with the books. So that flattens the paper. Once it's flat, I'll cut them and then I'll sign them and edition them. So, they'll end up looking like this. I do the title at the bottom.
Right.
And then the edition number. So this is number 9 out of 15 total. And then I sign it and date it.
All of the 30 of them, and you flatten them one by one.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It takes some time.
Yeah.
I have to, that's kind of my plans for the new year, is to figure out how to do things a little faster.
How long does it take to
So to print,
let's say this one.
if I were doing an edition of 30, it might take me a week. If I don't make any mistakes, it might take me, 12 hours, 10 hours or something, but things go wrong. But with the carving, like this took me about 6 weeks. In total, maybe 80 hours of carving. It's a little too much time for, I'd like to be able to work a little faster.
What's your favorite memory or experience as an artist so far?
I'd say probably just the last 4 years, deciding to make prints and then learning how to do that, and then now getting to a point where I'm pretty satisfied with most of the work I do. So
it's both the most challenging and most
rewarding. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's nice to decide to do something and to work hard, and then when you start having some success, like this, it doesn't have to be with art; it can be with anything,
Yeah.
Yep. And I love doing stuff like that, but it's kind of like kind of impossible to sell. So it's hard to spend so much time on it.
Can you sell them as a stag?
Yeah, but I don't know who would buy them.